Hi, this is Randy with the Loken Group. I'm a buyer specialist here and wanted to go through some of the questions people have about real estate market after Harvey. And we've got one of our lender partners here, Kelly Rogers, and she's with Movement Mortgage, and she's going to be sharing a little bit as well on how you can be successful in making a purchase in the current market. So I don't mean it to sound oversimplified, but most buyers right now, they're just looking for a home that fared well and stayed dry during the flood. And Kelly, I know that you close a ton of loans every month. What are some of the things that you're seeing right now and some of the people who are coming through looking for mortgages currently?
Great question, Randy. So really we are seeing two focuses right now in addition to our normal people who are purchasing. We're seeing people who, one, don't have a place to live because, one, the home that they've been renting or apartment they've been renting has flooded, or that their home is flooded, and they don't have a place to go.
So I know that one of the things that that's a good piece of that puzzle, though, isn't it? Like, the timeline isn't on a crunch right now, right? So even though the disaster happened, they don't have to get in 2 weeks. There's a time frame. They've got it a little bit open, right?
So it's a year. We have up to a year from the disaster date in order for them to purchase this home. So they may need to take a few months and live with family or something and kind of work through the process, and we're still going to be there for them.
Yeah.
They've got 12 months to take advantage of that.
You have to have certain documentation for them to kind of get things going with the 203H, right? They've got to be able to have either like a letter from FEMA or something like that. Like, how does that fit into play?
So we've got to have a letter showing that the home was a disaster.
Okay.
Not just involved in the disaster, but it actually did suffer a loss. We'll have to have documentation related to that. For renters, it's a little bit different, and we'll work with each person on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah. And one of the things, so I've had a few of the buyers that have come in for me. I've seen a lot of them not really scared about homes that took on water, and they're really seeing an opportunity for them to purchase a home maybe at a great discount, and then what they feel like they can do is do the renovations themselves. Is that still going to be something that's allowable within all this?
Absolutely, and it's such a great point because I believe I've heard it mentioned many times on the news. This was a 1,000-year event.
Right.
And so 1,000 years, I don't think any of us are going to be living in our homes 1,000 years from now.
Right, yeah.
So with that, a renovation loan could be the ideal solution. Just like what you did with your family, you can purchase a home under market value, and then any renovations that need to be done, you get a general contractor. We put those together, and you borrow your money based on the total of those. With that, you can borrow up to 95% of the total value of that property, which is a great solution for so many families right now.
Yeah, and so it really is a great product for a lot of people who are out there looking at inventory that may have taken on some damage, but it's not total loss, and they can take advantage of that really and turn a home that was almost there into a beautiful property for them.
And you know better than me as a buyer's agent, how many people do you walk into a home and they go, oh, I like it, but wow, we could change the floors, and if we painted, this would be us.
It's almost there. It's like, well, this product can get you all the way there. Yeah, for
exactly.
Sure. The best time to buy a house is right now because it's the market conditions that we know. It's what we can see, what we can sense, what we can feel, and what we can really put pen and paper to of what's going on in the market. So right now is a great time. There's no mystery to the home that you're going to be buying. We're going to know what's going on. We're going to get an inspection. We're going to see where we can do to win within the market, and there's always a deal to be made. And I know that that's my perspective. I know that you, as a lender, as a mortgage specialist, what about you guys? What are y'all?
So we look at things similar to you, but from a different viewpoint, just because we're looking at the economic and political things that could be impacting interest rates as well as values of homes. In conversations with our appraisers and such, they have said that in the next 6 months that Harvey will have a definitive impact on values of homes. People that go in and renovate these homes potentially have the opportunity for those homes to be worth more once all the renovations are done than they are today. So if you look at purchasing today versus 6 months from now in the spring, you could see that if rates go up and home prices inch up at all, it could have a negative impact on what you could qualify for.
I think the biggest thing that I would say and give an advice would be a few things. One is to have a realtor always. You want to be able to have a professional who's in and about and within the industry day in and day out. Like that's their number one thing. So get involved with the realtor. Find a great mortgage specialist to partner with so that they can help you find a solution to know what your purchasing power is. And that's the last thing, is knowing where your purchasing power. You know your leverage is really within your limitations. So where are your hard stops, and knowing that that is where your sweet spot is for actually purchasing a home and finding a solution for your family to get that space. Now, from a lender side, what would you say are some of the things that they would need?
So our goal is to determine what their need is. What do you need? Do you need a home today, or do we need to work towards planning something for the next 60 days? And once we've determined that, then we know how quickly do you need to apply? Do we need to gather documents? Sit down and have a face-to-face consultation so that we're making sure that we're reaching your short and long-term goals.
Sure.
I think that relationships are key during a time like this, because if you're having a consultation with a great realtor, and then you're merging that with a consultation with a great mortgage lender who's guiding you through, this is exactly what you can do, these are the best options suited to your short and long-term needs, and you're working together, then that home buyer is getting the best home with the best financial setup for them for long-term success.
So, Kelly, I wanted to ask you lastly is this. So, a lot of people out there have great connections to realtors. I mean, there's some amazing realtors out there, especially at the Loken Group. However, not everybody's connected to a great mortgage partner. So, what would you say is something that you could give, or something that you want to be able to say to the audience that you feel that they need to see, they need to know, they need to feel?
I think right now, the people that are the most in need are those people who've been impacted by Hurricane Harvey. And with that, we have a great FHA program that we've talked about in this session. It's 100% financing, but I also want to relay back to our great movement assistance program.
Right.
It's grant money that we provide, and it's a conventional product. And for the right people, that's a great solution as well.
So there's a lot of great options to help people who may be a little bit cash strapped right now to still be able to purchase and not feel the impact of losing the money to go towards a down payment or something, because you've got products now that can be 100% pretty much with the financing side.
Exactly. And we even have some clients that we're helping right now that they didn't net as much from the sale of their house because it had flood damage. And so we're having to rework it, but we're reworking it into a great solution for them where they're bringing less money to the table and still in a great loan product.
That's awesome. That's perfect. I want to thank Kelly and Movement Mortgage for being here with us today to be able to go through some of the things that our buyers can do. I'm Randy with the Loken Group, buyer specialist here. Now, I want you to swipe up to be able to get connected to Movement Mortgage and Kelly Rogers Group, or click Learn More to find out a little bit more about what you can do on the Movement Mortgage side of things to be able to get your questions answered there. And again, call us at any time, 281-861-4624 or www.thelokengroup.com, and we'd love to answer any of your questions that you have whatsoever about real estate. Let us be a solution for you.